Hi, Dani Beit-Or here, and I want to talk about two very important aspects or features of real estate investing. So the first thing is the mortgage, what I call the mortgage miracle. What is the mortgage miracle? The mortgage miracle simply means that when you buy a property in the United States, investment property or even your residence, the mortgage is not indexed to the cost of living. We know there is an index in the United States. Things do go up in price every year or over time, such as stamps and movie tickets and other things, and rents and gas and so on. That shows us there is a cost, there's an increase of cost of living. In many countries around the world, when you get a mortgage, the mortgage principal is indexed, is pegged to the cost of living. That means when you start with a $100,000 mortgage, a few years later in other countries, the principal balance may be $102,000 or $103,000 or even $104,000 because the cost of living went up. In the United States, when you get a mortgage, when the cost of living goes up, your mortgage principal is not indexed. It actually gets eroded year by year by the mere fact that things do go up in value and your principal mortgage does not. So in the United States, when you get a mortgage to buy a property, it really is a gift to the borrower. So you want to take advantage of this gift and buy as many properties as you can or get as many of those beautiful mortgages. The second thing that I like about real estate is leverage. Most financial vehicles out there, stocks, options, bonds, or any other of those vehicles, do not allow you to take leverage. Maybe sometimes they would let you get a little bit of leverage, but not as much as real estate. We know that in real estate, you can buy such, like $100,000 worth of property, of an asset, using only about $20,000 of your own money. That is a very significant way to build wealth when you use so much of your money and you get mortgage to buy a bigger asset. The way what I like about leverage is the following. I buy a property with a mortgage, I rent it out, a renter comes in, pays the rent, and that rent covers, if I do it properly in some parts of the country, the rent that the renter is paying covers the mortgage payments, the expenses that I have on the property, and in most cases, at least in my real estate world, leaves me with a few $100s every month in my pocket, what's called cash flow. So a true way to look at leverage is, I take the debt as the owner, I borrow the money, someone else, the renter, pays for it, pays my debt, my monthly debt, plus my expenses, my business expenses of this rental property, and I get to keep a few $100s in my pocket. I love those two items, the mortgage miracle and the fact that I can leverage significantly to buy more assets, and those are two of the main features real estate or real estate investing has to offer. Thank you. This is Dani Beit-Or, and you are welcome to see some of my additional videos.